Hello everyone, this is Dan. For the language courseware review today, I will introduce you guys to Babbel. For this review, I followed the Hubbard's language courseware evaluation framework, so I will start with technical review. For the technical preview, I focused on accessibility and multimodality. So Babbel is both website-based and mobile app-based language courseware, so it doesn't require a lot of internet, nor the file size. Its file size is big, so that's great for accessibility, but at the same time it is a subscription based, so you need to pay about $7 a month if you were to subscribe this app for a year. So in that sense, it's not that accessible. In terms of multimodality, I was curious about the how much and how different types of multiple modes are used in the lesson. And it seems like the lesson is heavily based on the audio and the written text. So for the operational description, the app is pretty intuitive, drill and kill. So I will demonstrate how to what lesson looks like. So it kind of presents the image, and then it gives you the English translated version of the new word, in this case hola, and every time you click the new word, you can hear the pronunciation of the word. Unfortunately, I can't record the my phone sound, but yes. So the phase before this was more about like introducing users to the new words, and the second phase, which is like what you're looking at it right now, it's more like practicing those newly introduced words. So hola, you're matching it with English words, so gracias, sí, and adios. And this is, I think, kind of a unique to Babbel, is that you can use the word, the newly introduced word, into this conversation situation. So that you can practice the words in more quote-unquote authentic setting. And gracias. So that was the kind of the communication type of vocabulary exercise, and this one is from that conversation. So you're kind of sí, yo soy Andrea. So it's like you're just like what does it call? Matching the order of the words. And then this one is kind of more comprehensive check. So the audio is played, and then you have to kind of click the English version of the word in order to show that you understood that sentence. So, oops. He said, gracias. And she is the new neighbor. And he said, goodbye. Okay. So that was another kind of a vocabulary practice in terms of like comprehensive check format. And then this is the way how you review the vocabulary. So hola means hello, and then it gives you an image, and sí is yes, and gracias, thank you, and adios is bye. Alright, so, oops. Yeah, you can also like review the part that you missed. So yeah, typically it is pretty much like repetition of the vocabulary or the grammatical point of the lesson. And let's move on to our PowerPoint again. So as you can see, the app and then the lessons are pretty much based on grammar, translation, and audiolingual approaches. And for the learner's fit, the app offers lessons for beginner, intermediate, and advanced level, but it seems like it is mostly for beginners and intermediate low level. And about the language skills the app focused on is mostly receptive language skills, which are listening and reading skills, and mostly focus on vocabulary and grammar. And about the content, I think the app provides pretty diverse and relatable themes or topics for language learners, which are introduce yourself or where you're from, and meeting the neighbors, small talk, making plans, food and family activities, and hotels, food, and more, and getting around. So yeah, it seems like the content and the theme of the lessons is pretty authentic or relatable and useful for language learners. And I was kind of curious, okay, so what are some of ACTFL's performance descriptors for novice range language learners? Does do that correspond with what Babbel provides? And all of the aspects of performance descriptors, which are interpersonal, interpretive, and presentational aspects, the ACTFL performance descriptors kind of explain that novice language learners use more formulatic and then like practiced expressions and then vocabulary words and communicative environment. So I think Babbel and its lessons really kind of help pretty novice language learners to achieve that. So yeah, I think in that sense, Babbel is doing what it's supposed to do as a language learning app. Okay, so let's move on to the implementation schemes. So I think the app can be used for a supplement for like communicative approach, meaning that learners can use this app in order to expand their vocabulary and then exercise grammatical expressions in the language so that they can kind of expand their communicative repertoire and then use that in communicative setting, so environment. So I think the app would be useful in that way. So for I think the pros of the app, first, it is pretty intuitive, so it is the lesson is easy to follow. And second, it provides plenty of different ways to practice and exercise vocabulary and grammatical expressions. And third, it provides different learning themes, so even though it's drill and kill and the pretty repetitive design of the lesson, but still I think because it has diverse themes it might be less boring. And then lastly, it helps learners to build a learning habit. I will show you what it means. So if you go to profile, you can see there is a weekly goal, and then it kind of keeps record of your learning schedule. So you can edit goal, and then you can like decide how many days you want to use this app in order to learn the language, and you can also change the timeline. So I wanna use this app to learn language around, let's say, 7 o'clock, 5 times a day, a week. Then you can the app kind of keeps track of your language learning, which is pretty nice feature, I thought. And for the cons, I think app itself lacks kind of a supplementary resources for language learning. All it provides is just repetitive exercises. And the second one is it lacks of interaction. So learners have to find different platform or different ways to actually use the language and interact with other people. I believe there are 3 different games that you can play for practicing vocabulary words. So in that sense, I think, the app provides not necessarily just only one way to practice vocabulary and grammatical expressions, but multiple ways to do that. And another interesting point that I found was that the app provides 14 different languages for language learning, but all of them except for Indonesian are from European countries. So, and then like you can't change the display language other than, the default is English, and that's the only one display language that you can choose. So it seems that the app is for English speakers who want to learn like European languages. So that was pretty interesting to me. And I am curious what you guys think about that. Okay, so that is end of my review. Thank you for listening to this, and see you guys soon. Bye.